TN Nairobi.
Still in politics, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta today chaired the first National Executive Council meeting of the former ruling party Jubilee, since the courts asserted that he was the bona fide party leader.
The meeting, which was held virtually, resolved to hold its National Delegates Congress in the next 1 month in a bid to revamp the party countrywide.
The meeting also resolved to start a nationwide recruitment exercise in readiness for the coming 2027 general election.
Our senior political affairs reporter Chris Dairu reports the meeting also resolved not to whip the axis of nominated Member of Parliament Sabina Chege and Yala Member of Parliament Kanini Kega, who had forcibly taken over the leadership of the party.
Months after he had left office as the fourth President of the Republic of Kenya, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta was forced to personally come out and stamp his authority following the bloodless coup that saw nominated MP Sabina Chege and Yala MP Kanini Kega forcibly take over the leadership of the party and associate the party with Kenya Kwanza under President William Ruto. However, after a protracted court battle that lasted almost 2 years, the court finally ruled that former President Uhuru Kenyatta was the legitimate party leader, with Jeremiah Kioni as the Secretary General. And after that ruling, the former president on Tuesday morning chaired the first party's National Executive Committee meeting virtually. The meeting was attended by party officials including the Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni and the National Chairman Saitoti Torome. During the meeting, the party resolved to hold the party's National Delegates Congress within the next 1 month. The meeting also resolved to remain steadfast in its role in the opposition, maintaining that they do not support the re-election of President William Ruto, a move meant to clear the air for Jubilee members that the meeting between President William Ruto and retired President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House Nairobi last week does not in any way mean that the retired president was supporting Ruto's re-election. The meeting also resolved not to go after Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega after their attempts to take over the party.
The Kenyans themselves saw the behavior of these members. They passed judgment on them, and public judgment is worse than the judgment that comes from the High Court. I would want to leave that to them. We are not going to spend time, and I know this is I'm disappointing very many members of Jubilee, but I am begging of them to bear with us. We have a bigger battle to deal with, and that is getting the people in power out of power.
The planned National Delegates meeting is also set to make a declaration on who to support as a presidential candidate come 2027. Already, Kioni had hinted that the party will be fronting former Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i as their presidential candidate. However, there are reports that Matiang'i could have already identified a party that he will be using and not Jubilee Party.
I don't think anybody should begrudge me for having mentioned Matiang'i and looking like I'm campaigning for Matiang'i. If Matiang'i today decides that he is not running, then I will certainly campaign for somebody. We'll have to have a presidential candidate in the opposition. And we are not lost of choices. We have very many.
The meeting also resolved that the party leader will now actively engage in the party affairs as they aim to strengthen it at the grassroots levels ahead of the 2027 general election. According to the party, the leadership remains united in the opposition and committed to championing the interest of the people and upholding democratic principles.
The members of Jubilee, every time I meet them, anywhere I meet them, be it at the counties or whatever, they say, wapi party leader wetu, mwambie akuje atuongereshe.
Chris Dairu, KTN, Nairobi.
A section of Kenya Kwanza leaders have come to the defense of